innovation basically, in a pure textbook language, it's a process of introducing new ideas, products, and services, which actually carries a significant improvement, efficiency, and advancement in various fields. Now, whether it is manufacturing or construction or healthcare or finance, you will see these innovations happening. And it involves creative thinking. And there's a lot of research and develop R&D happening for us to lead to novel solutions. Now, if we go to the history of innovation, um, right from the 18th and 19th century, um, there was innovation of light bulb, how it completely disrupted the way electrification of all the cities and towns happened. Steam engine, internal combustion engine, interchangeable parts and assembly lines that completely disrupted the way automobile were manufactured. There were power looms that mechanized the textiles, electric telegraph and telephone and vaccination and anesthesia actually disrupted the electronic industry and the healthcare industry. So you will see that they revolutionized not only the manufacturing, but the transportation, the communication, and the healthcare that led to the modernization of the world. In the early 20th century, whether it was assembly line production introduced by Henry Ford that led to mass production, or a significant mark in the modern aviation brought by Wright brothers, or the discovery of penicillin that revolutionized the medicine, or the technology advancement in electronics like transistors, which is supposed to be the foundation of all the supercomputers these days, and the aerospace technologies, which we are seeing taking a leap and bound today. In the late 20th century, we saw the rise of computer age, microprocessors, personal computers. Now, if you look at 18th, 19th century or mid 20th century innovations, they were mostly impacting a segment or a certain segment of, um, I would say, customers, except something which has happened in healthcare or the which led to modernization, which is through the transportation. But as we are progressing towards the 21st century, technology has started to touch almost everybody through mobile technology, smartphones, social media platform, uh, e-commerce platforms, and it is completely changed, and it's changing and pushing the envelope even further on how we are behaving. I think earlier, and if you see our customer needs and our behavior is also changing. And I think that's the element of disruption. Now, before I move on to the element of disruption, which is linked to customer behavior, I want us to ponder on why innovation is important and why it matters. Because innovation is the nuclei which enables disruption. Innovation solves complex problems. It could be business problem, it could be a human problem. It brings in the uniqueness and novelty around something which is prevalent. For the businesses, for the society, it gives competitive or societal advantage. It pushes economic growth, as we said that some of the modernization has happened because of the key innovations that happened in 18th and 19th century. Some of the radical and disruptive technology advancements has led to the um, to the way we are behaving today in 21st century. It obviously brings in efficiency and sustainability, and it's great for scientific advancement. If we were not innovating, then we would probably have not seen different ways of doing things, or better ways of doing things. So basically, innovation enables disruption. Okay, I think that's something which was always a concept, and it still holds true. So disruption, sometimes we use these terms interchangeably, but one thing which is very unique about disruption is it has a innovation as a nuclei in it. However, it drastically alters an existing market. So something will shift, and your existing market may not exist anymore. And we'll see that with few examples. It also displaces established product services industries. Like for example, in Uber. I mean, who knew that Uber can actually completely disrupt the automobile industry where people will not feel the need to own a car or have a car. Um, Disruptive innovation often create new markets. So it's a blue ocean thinking rather than a red ocean thinking. So they'll change change um, the thinking and the mindset in such a way that the customer starts to question why do they need a particular product or a service. And it's constantly challenging the status quo and forcing businesses to adopt uh, and or otherwise risk becoming obsolete. So disruption basically means it's a fundamental change or a shift in how industries operates and how consumers behave. I think these are the two things. Industries behave and operate differently, and consumer also change their behavior, which is caused by disruption. Innovation may not lead to the such level of socio-economical changes. Now, if we going with some examples, for example, Netflix. How Netflix from a plain Jane DVD rental company has now disrupted the entertainment industry. It is no longer when it started. It replaced the brick and mortar DVD rental mom and pop shops where they said, okay, we will do it on rental. You can place your order online, get it on your doorstep, and then return also from your home. But then they disrupted themselves on their own, and they became an online streaming platform where they have a vast library of movies and TV shows which is accessible on demand via internet. So they have used the internet, they have used a platform of their own to reach to the customers who are basically looking for entertainment of all kinds. And they were Netflix actually understood that not everybody wants to go to the cinema hall and watch the top or the most latest movie. The customers are always looking to access some old cinema, some old content, which is nostalgic to them also. So Netflix has completely disrupted themselves, not only the industry but themselves also. Now they become a production house. So now they know that what is the liking of the customer, what kind of content they want to consume, and Netflix from hosting the libraries have started become a content creator. Amazon, we all know that how it disrupted the retail industry and how it changed the consumers' behavior around shopping. No longer people were interested to go to a retail store and buy. They started online, placing the order, trying it out in their house to avoid a very busy mall or shopping arcade and the inconvenience of spoiling the entire day on shopping. So I think it became much more convenient, and they replaced the brick and mortar retailers to a large extent. And that's only the start. I mean, they started as a book selling company, but then that was so early in their age that nobody remembers about it. So Amazon completely disrupted the retail industry and how people shop. Now you will not see people going to the malls anymore. They are very comfortable doing online shopping. Airbnb, for that matter, disrupted the travel and hospitality uh, industry. So it created a platform that allows the individual, mostly the homeowners, to list their home as a rent out home during vacations, and they earn living. So it completely disrupted the existing hotel industry, the way travelers used to opt for accommodation. How all that has been possible? I think that's one question in our mind. And the obvious answer is technology. So technology enables disruption, there's no doubt about it. So one is the innovative thinking, the R&D, and the technology. Now, some of the key technologies at play are your mobile devices, where you have access to everything on your mobile, almost everything. You have social platform where you're interconnected, you're or hyper connected. All right. 5G network or the 4G network actually was able to uh, exponentially lead to the adoption of social and mobile. And imagine all that information that is being, you know, everything that we are doing on our phones or our laptops or our everything that's possible through the internet and the 5G network. And that's getting stored somewhere. And that brings us to big data analytics, where through the cloud computing, so not only it's stored in cloud, it's not on premise, it's on cloud where you can access it anywhere. It now has the computational ability to process vast amount of data, like trillions of data in few seconds, and uh, give you the result. And I think that's where the big data analytics is making a dent in the research and development industry. A lot of healthcare pharmaceutical giants are using big data to know uh, and process the patient information and the medicine information to actually predict which kind of medicine will work for what kind of demographic. So it's a huge advantage if used well for us to be able to make leaps and bounds in any industry. Nanotechnology, because the smaller the microchips are getting, the handier the mobile devices are, or the technology, which is giving rise to AI and ML, all the data which is fed into the system with the computational ability and the algorithm. We all know that how AI and machine learning is through their algorithmic capabilities are able to predict uh, and replace some of what humans were able to do. Okay, you have intelligent automation, and there are other technologies which are slightly, I would say, they are making its dent. For example, 3D printing is making its dent in construction. How you're able to print a hotel um, in 24 hours, or a building in 24 hours. You have blockchain technology, which is disrupting the financial sector. The AR and VR AR and VR technology has the potential to disrupt travel. Now, people might not travel, and this is where the consumer behavior might change. The AR VR experience is so good that people might say, "Why do I travel 12 hours to go to uh, South of America when I can just see and experience everything here?" There could be segment who still would like to travel, but then Internet of Things, where everything is connected. Now imagine every device of you, your laptop is connected with mobile, your mobile is connected with your car is connected with um, your data, your Siri, and your everything which is electric in your or digital in your home is connected with each other. They're talking to each other, and they know, okay, you get up, the coffee machine goes off, they will crank up your coffee, then they'll set up an alarm, there's a virtual assistant. The possibilities are immense. And this is the new world. Data is the new oil. Every company is basically uh, taking a hold of the data. Why? Because power and the knowledge lies in data. If you know your customer data, you know your customer. All right. Artificial intelligence is the new electricity, where once you have your algorithms and your on top of that data, you can actually start predicting. It's the electricity. And IoT is a new nervous system. So that's the construct of a digital era. Um, there's a small, so there's something called SMAC, SMAC. So any disruption, I would say, cannot be possible if these four are not uh, there. So you will see that most of the companies, even if they are not very advanced on the technology front and they are not using cutting edge technology, but they are increasing their intervention and investment on social, mobile, analytics, and cloud. Because without this disruption, it's very hard or difficult to imagine disruption. And you will see 70 to 90% of the businesses are making sure that they have a digital presence. They can function from anywhere, or their customer can function from anywhere using their using mobile. Uh, every company has to operate like a data company, so they have access to customer data and they have the ability to analyze it, and the accessibility is anywhere through cloud. So I think these are basic, but as in the previous slide, there are many more, and I'm sure there are a few that I've not listed, which are very specific to some of the industries. Now, I think what I want you to consider is that sometimes we say digital transformation, disruption, and the first thought is technology. And what I want you to consider is disruption is not only about technology. I think it's more about disruptive thinking. And the more we have spoken, and lived this era, I think it's becoming more and more clear to the experts also and the companies who have done it that it's all about thinking first and then the technology. Now, there is a lot of debate whether you need to be a generalist or a specialist. And I would say you need to find your core. Okay. The sooner you find your core strength and you develop the muscle to learn fast and unlearn faster, you will be good. And when I say that learning and unlearning and relearning, it's all about your core, your customer, your market, the trends, everything around it, and then become a specialist there. However, you obviously have to keep evolving because this world, even some of these tech giants like Google, Apple, they are reinventing themselves every year because they're not able to keep up with one business model which they established. Every year, you will actually see them changing and shifting the gears. Why? Because that's the need of the hour. It's like a chemical infusion which is happening. Okay. Some of the neural network and deep learning concepts, even the scientists are not sure what is making the machine learn so fast. So it's like you've put few variables together. Now there's a chemical reaction which is taking its own course. So they are also not only the drivers but also the recipients of this amazing time or intense time, I would say. So I would urge that you develop the muscle to learn fast and unlearn faster, okay, and continuously build around your core strength and develop future skills. See, technology is a biggest player in disruption, but it will not replace humans. It will replace humans with technology skills would replace humans, okay. And by 2050, we will actually have the computational ability where the computer can do all the work that all the humans in the world, all 8 billion humans in the world can do. It can have so much computational ability, but still, it will not be able to do 95% of what humans do. And you know what that is? It's the human skills, the emotion, the empathy, the we as humans take zero point 0.4 seconds to gauge whether somebody or something is a threat or not. For a machine to learn this, it will take decades. But we know it because why? Because we have gone through an evolutionary stage. We've evolved over many centuries. So we have that wisdom, we have that intuition which technology cannot replace. So as somebody who is new in and you're in probably in the age of 22 25, so I would urge that learn a lot about technology, get familiar with it, don't be intimidated by it. However, keep your humanness with you. And and what will take you places is in a VUCA world, which is volatile and always changing, which is unpredictable, is your growth and change mindset. And the more you're able to embrace change, embrace the uncertainty, embrace the fact that you may not know the full picture, you don't know the path forward, you have the ability to challenge the status quo, you're always exploring options and possibilities, you stay curious, you stay agile. I think that's something which helps. I think, yeah, if you keep these things in mind, then this is another wave that all of us can ride comfortably. All right, bye.